Notice I didn't cast my 2. Hi, what's going on everyone? Han Games here, and today we're coming at you with a Null-Star Follie build. Now, I've tried a few different Follie builds, and this is the most fun that I've had with her. Okay, now I should preface that this is not a beginner-friendly build. If you are a beginner, then here you go. She will work just fine and kill everything in Steel Path anyway, because her 2 scales with enemy HP. So, yeah. Now that that's out of the way, let's go on to the Inksplosion build. Right, so I'm not gonna go into like every little stat disposition, etc. Range is nice. This is actually a little bit wrong at the moment. So I run flow when I run battery to get primary overcharge online. I really like it for that. But you don't have to. So if you're playing stretch, you can play something else here, literally anything else that you want. Something like Arcane Avenger is pretty fun because it's extra critical strike chance, which does work on your Null-Star. Right, let me just go through the interactions real quick. So first we have our 4 dead armor strips up to 100%, and we do get the 100% when we get Chrome Power proc plus Madurai, Sling Strength, and same goes for Self-Portrait, which does get the 90% damage reduction as well. Now Self-Portrait does Snapshot, unless you recast it. Even if your Growing Powers worn off and your Madurai Sling Strength worn off, it'll stay at 90%, but they're really easy to proc, so it's not really a concern. And since our 2 doesn't scale with ability strength, we don't really bother going higher with it. A bit of duration, because duration is always nice. Again, not vital. You could get away with putting something else in here if you wanted. In fact, if you wanted to go down more of a shield gating build, you could as well. I run Archon Vitality because Neutron Star does heat damage. That's pretty much simple as that. But I think once I have 2 more Umbral Formers, I will actually just do Umbral Vitality and Umbral Fiber, just to be that extra bit more survivable in endurance runs. I'm not sure if this is actually doing very much damage-wise, because a lot of our things die instantly, we nuke them specifically. So this is there because this is there, and I don't mind the extra health. It doesn't have to be there. It will work pretty well. It does work pretty well. I tested it. It's fine. That's where you can go with whatever weight of survival you want. You can go with ages instead of persistence. You can do shield gating because we do run auger mods as well. Or you can do just shield tanking with primary direction, etc. You have 3 types of damage reductions on. You have adaptation, you have the self-portrait, and you have Null-Star. They are all multiplicative, and you are very tanky. So this is kind of how I built it. You can work around it and add your flavors here yourself. Entirely up to you. The only thing is, maybe I would even do this here, just to make sure we have enough energy if we're not playing battery or anything like that. You can also just keep this for more tankiness and play battery instead of flow, and it'll work. You'll have plenty of energy pretty much all the time. Your passive generates health orbs like no tomorrow. You will be very comfortable, and equilibrium just keeps you top. I think that's actually what I was running when I clicked onto this page. That was the idea behind it. A few important things to say with Null-Star as well. Because it counts as a weapon, it does actually blow up the barrels. Because it counts as a weapon, it can also proc something like Arcane Hotshot. So if you want to go Arcane, I don't know why I did that. If you want to go Arcane Avenger, Arcane Hotshot will now actually buff Null-Star because of Avenger as well, because that will give it its extra critical chance, and you do very pretty numbers. It's good. Again, very versatile. Prime Shootfoot is there because it's best in slot here. You can go with range if you don't have it. I wouldn't go strength. Again, once you hit the cap of full armor strip and 90% reduction if you don't care. Range here is nice because the bigger the range is, the more area self-portrait covers, And now that does two things. Number one, it gives you a higher range of damage reduction, kind of larger area for you to run around. And on top of it, it also inks more people. So your passive keeps you tops up easier. That's really nice. And Archon Shards will play 3 purples, 2 yellows. The ability strength with electricity status, that all comes from our Arc Trap or Companion as well, depending on what companions you use, how you build them. The yellow shards are just there because we're a caster frame. Shards, very flexible, but this is probably the best one, just pure DPS wise. Because as well, it says ability damage on enemies affected by electricity status. It's not electricity ability damage. So anything that gets touched by our Arc Trap actually becomes more vulnerable to our Null-Star as well, and the Plein Air damage. It's all very nice. Ignis Wraith is there to pop balloons. You can use a Saltra. I've used a Saltra a lot. Apparently that's nice, but yeah, I've been using the Saltra a lot. Really good as well. Grimoire is also optional. It's sort of best in slot for raw build. Here it doesn't really matter. I tried Epitaph because I was hoping the AoE from Epitaph would pop the balloons easily. It doesn't. You still need to aim, and this is why I ended up on Ignis Wraith. But the only reason I really run Grimoire is because we do all of our kills with abilities. You don't need a weapon. For the Acolytes, we have the RPG, and for everything else we have Explosive Barrel and Arc Trap and Death Orb as well. Oh, another cool thing to mention actually, I did forget this. When it comes to Arcane Persistence, so I would only use it as said in endurance runs, and if I haven't said it yet because this is the 3rd time I'm recording and I said the previous times, I apologize. But with Persistence, the nice thing is if you get really lucky on the Lohk Surge, you can get the health orbs multiple times. And once I had a survival run where literally from the first 2 times I used the Lohk Surge thing, I got this health orb thing. I had about 3000 health. With Persistence and 3 times damage reductions, 3 different types of damage reductions, I wasn't gonna die. For the melee, we don't use melee, so it's Praetos with Kareen, just extra CC. We wouldn't be using Influence even if we had been running it, so it's just a little bit of passive bonus, better than nothing. If you do use something like a raw build, then this actually becomes a lot more relevant, because you can activate Arcane Ice Storm with it, which gives you 40 strength and duration. Very nice. But here that's just a bit of extra CC, which is still not bad. Focus Cool, Madrai, Cast Speed, and the Sling Strength. That's all we really use it for. Well, I say that, and not kill any Thrax things. It's the best thing to kill with your operator, it's just insane. So, if it's the best skill, why not use the best skill? We don't need the energy, so we're fine. And another thing to actually mention about the focus schools, I almost forgot, is if you have the last grasps bit unlocked here, most of your abilities stay active. So your Shadowgraph creations stay active, your 3 and 4 all stay active. I think it's just the Null-Star that disappears. Very handy, good synergy here. Power Zone, run whatever you want, but like Power Drain's quite nice, I guess. Because then your next cast of your 4 can be without having to go into operator mode and stuff like that. It is just nice little extra bonus. So for the companions, you can use Shade or Horus Kubro, but I wouldn't recommend it. Like, we're a damage reduction build, so I wouldn't be using that. That's much better for the raw build, where you just stay invisible and nuke everything, nothing can kill you. It's just insane. Nothing can see you to kill you. But what I like is something like a Panzer for the viral spread. Another thing is Hound or Dirga. They all work really well. It does the same thing. But what I like about the Panzer specifically is we have Hunter Recovery. So with our crazy amount of damage reduction, this will be out healing pretty much any damage that we're going to be taking. It's really good. Really good. Okay, demo time. Notice I didn't cast my 2. Yeah. So this is why I really like Null-Star. This is why I really like Null-Star. Because it gives you basically an extra nuke. You have what the 4-on-1 combo is 1, you have Explosive Barrel as 2, and you have Arc Trap as 3. I mean, this is not going to be nuking anything, but you do have Death Orb as well. Yeah, there's a lot of nukes. There's a lot of nukes. And also something about casting your 4 and 1, and really the ideal rotation is you press 2 for 1. That's the ideal rotation, because the shock, the arc trap will actually make them more vulnerable to damage, and also chip away at a lot of... Ooh, that looks cool. At a lot of health on its own. And then, yeah, Bin Bam Bosh Bob's your uncle. I didn't even like fully armor strip them, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I forgot to... Well... Yeah. It works better when they're grouped up. So I believe the way that Null-Star works is actually the blast procs that are doing it and not the actual Null-Stars. I might be wrong. I tried to figure it out by just observing it. I can't tell, but I'm like 80% sure that it's the blast procs doing it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yeah. You don't need to wait. I mean, this, you can see Shock Trap is really putting in work even on its own. This is what it's doing just on its lonesome. But that just take a little bit more time. With Null-Star, you just go pew pew. Let's just do one last time, guys. Sorry, one last time. Okay, that. Oh, that was a failed one. That was a non-primed, well, not well-primed one. But it's fine. They still all die really quickly because you just pop the balloons. Simple. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it with the build. I hope you guys liked it. I tried to keep it as quick as possible. I'm gonna take you into some gameplay now, but this is pretty much all there is to the build. You're just very tanky and you nuke things very easily. You have crazy energy sustain, and you can build her however you want. A perfect fucking Warframe. Anyway, you're gonna just get some live commentary from me, and yeah, let's just get into... Oh shit. Oh no! You silly fox! No! Oh, okay, well... yeah, this would just... I mean, I guess I could have triggered the alarms probably quicker. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Here's what it is. So we restart. If we go one shot straight away, happens. The then be Warframe themes. Come on, funnel a bit more. We need more of yours. Okay. The more of them funnel, the more of a chance for the Fallen Ones to nuke on their own. Oh, we lost all the energy. Fantastic. But that's okay. I just realized I'm not playing the battery build. So this is actually a demo, I guess, of what it's like on low energy. And you see, it still works. It's not quite as comfortable. You can't just spam away 24/7. You sort of need to focus a bit more on... You need to actually focus a little bit on when you're casting. Not much. To be honest, still not much. Let's get the sub-portrait back. Sorry, I just had a notification on my phone. Okay, yeah, so you see, it's just like just this. This is all there is to the build. Just pop, be very tanky. Because Null-Star is active pretty much at max stacks all the time since we keep recasting it. It's also just a 75% DR that you have, so you don't need to constantly recast the Follie. The big Follie. It's just... yeah, like I'm barely using the two. And it just nukes, it's just so fun. But yeah, the perfect rotation is definitely 2, 4, 1. Because 2 preps them to be more vulnerable as well, and obviously it's sort of already doing a lot of work on its own. And the 4 strips, and 1 kills. Okay, so this is, boom, they're all flying. If I had more beam length, that would be fantastic, but as you can see, the Ignis rate just AoE pop. Don't need to aim. I don't need to think. My brain can be off. And it's a beautiful Warframe for that. So the spider's doing really well, really well. And nuking things left, right, and center. We're still running out of life support, which is such a shame. Such a shame. Shaking my head. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well. When you step into a nullifier, Follie doesn't get nullified. Crazy. It's just so good. He just dance around. Oh, and Ignis Rate is great also for bubbles if you do want to nullify, if you do want to kill the nullifier bubble. Believe it or not, it becomes easier later on. It's not enough kind of enemy density at the moment. Also, you don't need to kill like every enemy. Some of them will just die pretty passively, so it'd be quick to just run around. I do want to get to the Acolyte to just show anybody who hasn't seen how stupid Follie is. Yeah, the fact that every single Acolyte is a joke for him. Every single one. It can be violence. Give me violence. I actually really hope it's violence. We're gonna go with a bazooka. Come on. Where the hell are you? Okay, let's take care of this first. And I don't know where he is. There we go. He do one-shot them.